The the first ever testimonial from a cat is fine. Hello, Spidey. Hello, adorable ginger cat. Oh, he's super sweet, super sweet. Yeah. So we just did a something that I felt had to come through in my work with Money Constellation, which was a very specific business flow and money goal constellation, where I really asked people to be very specific about a goal in relationship to a business venture, business enterprise, or something that people want to start up. Anna, you've been doing many constellations with me for the years that you've known me, and you've seen me also experiment with things. And lately, I really felt I need to take the money work to another level. And I think you've been in quite a few of them as different blind elements, but also you've done your own money constellation and you've done your own today, just now, business goal and money flow constellation. How would you compare the constellation work around business and money goals and money to other tools if people don't really know what it could offer?
I think it's very intuitive, but it's very accurate to not even to my intention of the questions I have, but it seems to be as well that answers the questions of everybody. So without having a specific role, then people just flow into whatever they're feeling or whatever the message is. And I've seen probably like every time that I have done that for example, as participant, it seems like every time I got a role, it was like where my consciousness was. So if I was in a very good consciousness, I had a very kind of high energy type of element. If I was not in my best place, then I was probably symbolizing some kind of blockage or things that needed to be acknowledged or realigned. So that's kind of one. And then that always gave me as a participant like more feedback on where I was in relation to the money or the constellation or the thing we were constellating. Regarding my own money constellation, I mean, I had a few in the past, but just the recent one, it was interesting to see that there are things that indeed I haven't considered as part of my wealth or the potential to make money. It's not something that I had considered, so that appeared in the constellation. And the theme of joy has appeared in many constellations. And yes, I've been a person that takes myself very seriously. So that's feedback that I want to apply, and I want to go more with the flow, and more or less kind of the same messages have come across, whether if I've been an element or I've been the issue holder. And I think same today, I didn't have much clarity about what I wanted, and I think it showed that I was looking for clarity. And I got the answers that it's not that it's not something that you don't know, but it's something that you have not become aware for some reason. You kind of know it, but hasn't come to your view, let's say. You know it's out there, but you haven't seen it as specifically the answer of a question that you have. So I think it's very interesting because nobody is knows your specific circumstances, or you don't have to know the specific circumstances.
We don't do an interview about how, you know, how you're feeling, because in many constellation workshops, we do interview the issue holder, and then people are chosen and they even know what role they have. But in my constellations, I just say everybody's had an intention and everybody is chosen blind. Yeah, so you don't even know what you represent. And so it's even more intuitive and more surrender to the knowing field. But because we are so clear about the intentions of everybody, the collective wisdom is really there to support the transmutation or alchemy, the alchemical process of the elevation of the person's intention to receive the answers and to integrate it in the moment that we're working with it.
Yes. And also, yeah, obviously there have been times where I probably have lower energy and I began with better energy, or that I was feeling down in whatever situation. And after going through the process, I felt better or more hopeful, less fearful or less negative about whatever circumstances. So yeah, I really
Yeah.
recommend. Yeah,
How
because
would you say a lot of people know family constellations, so they really work more on personal stuff. I feel when we do them business and money constellations is really more into the business. You know, we talk more about business strategy. We talk a lot about clients. We talk pricing. We talk marketing, niche, basically segmentation. All of these things come from the field as feedback, right? Would you say so?
yes, yes, definitely. Yes,
Yeah.
because it's maybe the thing we need to focus on. And maybe not all the elements come up, but maybe if one or two are the most important things. And yeah, basically, if you are going to launch a business, it's important to know who are you going to be helping. And if
Yeah.
that is not clear, it's very likely that you're not going to move anywhere or move forward anywhere because you don't know and you cannot help everybody.
Yeah. What I've seen in the business goal and money constellations is that inwardly we often overthink things, we overanalyze, or we actually are trying to find a solution where we don't have the solution. And sometimes doing a constellation will provide the answers. It's like, boom, you just get the answers in the constellation. Maybe you have lack of clarity about what is the next step or whether you should begin. And the constellation, boom, gives you exactly what you need to do. Was that your experience? But that's my experience as as a facilitator. I've seen it happen over and over again. But you looking back to the work that we've been doing for the last month, would that be correct?
Yes, I would say so, because even if you are not the issue holder and you had a question, sometimes, another element might answer your question, or the experience of somebody else might have an answer for you. And I don't think I've ever seen one of the constellations where one of the intentions of somebody kind of wasn't answered by the whole constellation. So I
Yeah.
normally go into a constellation with an intention of what is the best thing, or what should I acknowledge, what should be because I tend to overthink. So sometimes, the fact that it's a blind constellation, then nobody knows exactly what I've been thinking or what I've been trying to figure out. So having a clear thing of, for example, for me, a constant thing has been focus on joy, or relax, or have fun. So obviously, yeah, that's a thing that obviously it's up to us if we do it or not. But that's the message that comes, every time. Or the money's there, So you shouldn't be, being worried or any. The money's there. Just kind of basically just align yourself with it, or have fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I felt was that if we as a service provider doubt the value that we give, doubt the, what our work can add in terms of healing or alignment for our clients, then you can also see that we don't take action and we sort of block the flow. And it leads to almost to people walking around frustrated and feeling unfulfilled and feeling victimized, right, by life. Whereas what I've seen is that when they do a business and money goal constellation, even if they're not clear about what their goal is, after one or two constellations, they could already have more clarity around, wait a minute, this is what I need to work on right now. And then the clarity will come. And then it just feels the alignment is just suddenly there. It just clicks into place. In terms of speed, because what I've seen is constellation works very quickly in terms of clarity around issues that might take you, let's say, 2 years to figure out if you had to find out what it is that you need to work on. Is that your experience as well?
I think, yeah, the thing is, like, the way I would interpret is like the answer is what you're almost like ready to receive. Like if you're too stuck, probably you would not listen to the answer, or the answer will not come up, or maybe you will need to have a 4-hour constellation. Normally, I think kind of the level where people are, you listen or you hear what you need to hear, and literally the next step. And
Yeah.
probably that is why it's easier to take action on that, or
Change something in yourself.
change something, exactly, because otherwise, if it's something that is not so like available to you, you might not be able to although it might be a great next step, if it's not in your vicinity, then you won't be able to take action on that. So I think it's taking into account something that is already in the field and in your vicinity, so then you can, I don't know, you can take quick action or realize, oh yeah, that's it. Otherwise, then it probably that's why, I don't know, the people who come to this, obviously many of the people that have been doing the constellation work with you, we are committed to certain work. We are committed to looking inside. So so maybe we get answers quickly, and then we can action on that, or make transformations quickly on that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel after today's constellation that the answers that were provided, and we didn't even know what the answers would be, they just came, we just felt it like a knowing as we progress in a constellation. Do you feel that they are easy to take action upon or to change in your life?
Yeah, because in my case, it's about trying to make contact more with love and prosperity, and just trying not to think as much. And this is something that has come across through other modalities, where I need to basically switch off the head and kind of let myself feel, and let the heart feel. So again, giving some context, or saying, okay, just journal and communicate with this element, might be an easier way than me just going like, oh, let me just see how do I stop thinking and allowing myself to be. That's a more specific step to go, okay, I'll journal and speak to this element and then see what happens, instead of just trying to figure out on my own.
Yeah, automatic writing on behalf of this element. Yeah. And what I've seen in the constellations that we do is that if it's not clear, what we do is an integration session, and then more and more it gets integrated. So sometimes things can be resolved in like 2 sessions. And often the people that were like your elements in your constellation, they show up because they are part of the integration. They also need more answers. And it's been very enjoyable. And I love the synchronicity that we had with your constellation, that after we did the constellation, we also did the power of 8 for your business and your clients and your business goal, and the creative work that needs to be channeled through you. And then afterwards we did an angel card, and it was such a uplifting, fun, beautiful, encouraging angel card, which was very appropriate for what was going on. And I just want to thank you for sharing your experience, and also showing up and helping other people with their direction.
Oh, thank you for having me, and thank you for making me part of the experiment of the career
Yes.
and goals and business. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, thank you.